Hi, welcome to the channel. Just wanted to give you a bit of an update really where we are with our caravan. Obviously, well, you can see I'm still in the Bailey, so we haven't actually put it on the market yet.
It's alright. Come on. Woo!
This is quality caravan vlogging. Not too sure what to do at the moment, what exactly to do, because we're kind of, at the time of recording, we're still in the second lockdown. Buying and selling privately would be tricky. However, I've still been looking for caravans, and the second-hand, looking at dealers anyway, the second-hand market is, one, it's reasonably expensive, and secondly, there's not a lot of stock. I mean, it's the old supply and demand adage, isn't it? You know, if there's not a lot of caravans about, then the price is going to go up, which will work well with our caravan, obviously. What I'm finding is, I'm talking to dealers, it's all about, well, as it was last time we looked actually, so it's not a new thing, but it's all about the cost of change. So they won't really tell you, well, they'll tell you obviously how much the caravan costs, so it's really all about the cost of change. For instance, I was talking to Salop Leisure, and on a new caravan, they're not really interested in discounting too much, but they'll give us almost private levels of, you know, what we could pay, what we could sell this for privately. They'd almost give us, in fact they would give us pretty much what we'd hope to get private for it, but they wouldn't discount the caravan. So you know, that they were honest with me and said, you know, we can give you £3 less for your caravan and not £3 off the one you want to buy if that's what you want to do. It obviously doesn't make sense. So it's all about the cost of change. So at the moment, we're focusing in on the layout. So like I said before, we want a rear bed, island bed, a centre washroom. Not specifically wanting an 8-foot wide one. We're trying to keep the cost down as much as we can, the cost of change, because, you know, we're trying to, well, I'm trying to, Maddie's very focused on this, I'm trying to remember the reason we're changing is because we want to change the layout, not because we want a brand new shiny caravan, which is hard for me. If I wanted to get a new caravan, obviously I'd get the layout I wanted and everything, but when you're buying second hand, you can't be quite as picky, I don't think, because there aren't as many about. One thing I wanted to ask people is what dealers you've dealt with and what your experience has been, because we haven't had particularly good experience with dealers. I would buy private, but in fact I might buy private, but it's a bit of a gamble in a way. I know, like, dealers, if you get like a dealer warranty, I mean, it's like when you buy a car, you get like a 6-month warranty or something. I mean, what's it worth? Is it worth the paper it's written on? Oh, wear and tear, sir, that's not covered. So we're going around that loop at the moment. We've kind of set a budget and we kind of know what we want for ours, so we know the cost of change. But added on to that cost as well, I've got to get motor movers. I'm going to get 4 we'll get to an axle again, and I'm going to get 4 motor movers. It's just, I've got 2 now, and they do work okay most of the time. We've got a bit of a special issue in that the road in front of our house is quite narrow. It's like single track, almost single. Well, it is single. I would say single track road. It's not a farm lane. It's just, but it is. It's not wide enough for 2 lanes. So there's only 1 lane, and I've got to get a right angle from the road to the drive, and the drive is slightly sloped and is gravel. And 2 movers, they'll work, but I have to push. You know, it's like 9 times out of 10 when you get back from holiday, you're knackered, it's raining, it's cold, and you just want to get it on the drive as soon as possible. See, this is why I've ditched the Alco locks, because the amount of times I came home and it'd be raining and I'd have to get the locks on within a certain amount of time because of the insurance. They don't like to leave them off for days. So with twin axle on Alco locks, you'd need to jack one of the wheels up potentially, and you know, 2 are never going to line up straight away, and that could take 45 minutes. Now I use a Nemesis Ultra, it just takes literally not even a minute, it's on, bang, done. So quad motor movers are essential. We're also thinking that we might get a roof mounted air conditioning. Like, those that follow the channel know we use the Call My Camper air conditioning, which is actually great. It's about 500 quid, hangs on the outside unit hangs on the window. I'll put a link into a video somewhere. It hangs on the window, and it's pretty good at keeping temperatures down. You know, it's not like car air conditioning. I mean, it's an 8 meter caravan, and it's a unit that's probably no bigger than the kitchen sink. So yeah, so we've seen a few reviews. I'll keep going back to my concern about reviews. Like, if somebody, like, there's a couple of people that have got air conditioning on Bailey's. Now I know one's I think a brand ambassador for Bailey. I just wonder if they're just leaning on the more positive. If they're in any way their judgment has been affected by
This is quality caravan vlogging.
their relation with certain manufacturers, or so we're trying to budget all this stuff in. So, you know, £2,000 for motor movers, £2,000 for air conditioning, but the caravan obviously on top of that. And honestly, this is like 3 years old. This caravan, not 3 years old, and you know, you lose, if you've ever owned a new caravan, you know you lose a shed load of money just in a couple of years. So we've got to offset that loss as well. But I'm determined not to get an older caravan than this. So this is a Cartagena 2018. If I was to get a Pamplona 2018, because it's got the island bed, it would end up costing me money. And I've basically got the same caravan with different bed, different layout, and it might cost me 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000. I don't know. So, but then you look at maybe get a bit newer. So I got 2018. So what? I get 2019. If you're looking at 2019 Swift Challenger, it's obviously more. It costs more than I'd get for this. Maybe, I don't know, several £1,000s more. So, you know, it adds up and up, and so you have to be really careful. So yeah, if anyone's got anything bad or good or bad to say about dealers, what your experience has been. I know a couple of people that have bought from Grantham Caravans and Lady Bailey and a few others, and I think Lady Bailey's got good, but Grantham Caravans was a bit of a mixed bag. I'm resigned to the fact that I'm going to need to travel at least 2 hours to look at any caravan. Again, in the previous vlog I said I went to MG Caravans, which are in Royston, which is about an hour from us. They don't go big on discounts. I'm looking actually at Torski. I put the name Caravans, I think near Sheffield. They're coming in at some good prices on new caravans, new Challengers. They come in like, they advertise them as like £3,000 below the recommended price. Now maybe you could get £3,000 off by, haggling with a dealer. But you know what? I don't like haggling. If you give me your best price, and I'll buy it. If you're going to muck about saying, oh, this, that, and the other, you know, I'll go somewhere else. So that's kind of just about in our budget. Actually, if you ask Mandy, she'll say it isn't, but it's kind of, it's just within touching distance. So we're no further. We've still decided on a layout. Things obviously changed because of, like I say, supply and demand. At the moment, hoping that after Christmas things pick up a bit, people start ordering new caravans and Part X in their caravans, and you know, maybe we can pick up on some what's left over from when people are buying new. I mean, you know, maybe I said before, and other people have mentioned that I might like it, is the Bailey Alicanto Porto, which is their twin axle rear island bed centre washroom. Now that's not what I really like, but it's kind of 31,000, and it's just too much of a stretch. I'd personally buy it, but you know, I can't convince Mandy to part with that much money, unfortunately. So it'd be a Swift Challenger. Nothing wrong with Swift Challengers, really good caravans. I like, you know, I've been in one that I went in at 850, and that was really nice. Like I say, the quality was very similar to Bailey. The only moan I had was about the blinds. Oh, you can't have everything, can you? That's the update, really. We're still looking. So the idea of this vlog is for some people to mention good and bad things about. Actually, don't. Maybe just tell me if they were good. If you had good experience from a caravan dealer, do let me know. Thanks very much. That's it. Thanks for watching.
It's alright. Come on. Woo! get back.
Don't you make no plans. It's more than just your time you're wasting.